I want to talk about phobia, and particularly fear of presenting papers or making presentations in public. Phobia is a persistent, irrational fear of an object, an event or activity or a situation. This irrational fear, irrational, that is the word, comes as a result of our interaction or coming in contact with a phobic stimulus, an object that causes us to become afraid irrationally. And when we are looking at this irrational object, or when we come in contact with the irrational object, we tend to avoid it, or we are compelled to encounter it. And the presence or the anticipation of this phobic stimulus triggers anxiety and, for some, panic attack. If the individual acknowledges this irrational fear, then the person dreads it and lives with it. Or the person behaves towards the irrational, the phobic stimulus irrationally by avoiding the stimulus entirely. And one of the high-ranking phobia or types of phobia concerns social phobia. And that is where you will find the fear of presenting papers or presenting things in public. Social phobia concerns more than presenting papers or appearing in public, because it entails all the things that we do in our social behaviors, both interpersonal behaviors with people around us and our behaviors towards our environment. And the fear of appearing in public ranks as one of the most plaguing phobias in among the social phobia. The stage fright is one of the causes of or manifestations of social phobia, called fear of presenting papers in public or fear of appearing in public. And fear of appearing in public places is called agoraphobia, because the people that have this phobia or that expresses this irrational fear of appearing in public, to make presentations, to talk to people, would think that they do not have the required skills, or that they have the required skills, but they would be afraid to look at people's faces, or they would be afraid of losing their credibility if they make mistakes. And the fear of making mistakes is what we call atychiphobia or kakoraphobia. It's systematic. All these phobias are in their nature such that people do them unknowingly, but it lives with them. Unless you begin to fight it, unless you begin to work towards changing your behaviors that will warrant you to begin to look for solutions towards these things. And there are several things you can do. There are several techniques you can apply to come out of this fear of appearing in public places, agoraphobia, or fear of failure, or fear of losing credibility. One, you can enhance your skills. Two, you can go for systematic desensitization. Systematic desensitization is one of the most fundamental techniques that has been used, and it is acclaimed as one of the best techniques of changing behaviors of people who are phobic, especially when it comes to social phobia. There are other phobic techniques which we'll discuss later as time goes by. In systematic desensitization, there is real life, or what we call in vivo desensitization, or there is a virtual desensitization, or what we call in vitro desensitization. Either of these techniques will take you to begin to get acquainted with that phobic stimulus, that object, or that event, or that place, or that thing that causes that irrational fear. And when you get acquainted with them, gradually, and get mastered to them, and get acquainted with them very well, the fear disappears. And you begin to perform fully as a social, able, and capable human being that you are. For those who are already having this fear of appearing in public spaces or making presentations in public, one, I want you to begin to visit public spaces gradually. Make your entry gradual. Don't take it so quickly. Don't just dabble into it. Take it gradually. When you begin to get close to public places, talk to people. You can start with a group of 5, a group of 10, and increase to a group of 20, 30, 50. Then you can begin to now master talking to people who are in groups of hundreds and now a larger group. It doesn't happen automatically, so don't be discouraged. If you happen to feel any kind of anxiety while you are talking to a group of people, don't think it is ended for you. No, you are just starting. By the time you begin to talk and you begin to captivate people, even your mistakes will be they will fade away. They will be swallowed by your performance. And those your bad performances that were seen earlier, or that you were thinking about earlier, will no longer be there, because you will begin to become master, because you are practicing. Practicing makes perfect. Practicing. So always engage yourself in public appearances. Talk to people. You can just maybe pick up a small topic, a topic of very much interest to you, something that you know very well. Talk to people, engage people, get a group of people, talk to them. And by the time you do that, and do that very well, you'll be able to learn other topics, increase your skills. And with that, you will see how tremendous your changes will be. You see the changes that you will experience. And I believe with this, you will go places. In a little time, it will disappear, and it will all be old stories. And you see yourself performing wonderfully well in public. Either presenting papers, working as MCs, talking to people, teaching people, giving lectures, and even to the extent of appearing in large crowds. I believe that with time, we will discuss further, and you'll see more and learn more about phobias. Maybe, in the course of time, we can take social phobia one by one and be able to outline as many as there are that affect our social behaviors. And once more, I thank the crew of ZenDer TV, and I want to appreciate them for this kind of opportunity and for this wonderful work they are doing. Everybody should watch ZenDer TV and always patronize them. Advertise with them and always ZenDer TV. Thank you, and thank you very much.